Welcome to Cal's Light the Way Global Celebration. My name is Rich Lyons. I'm your MC for the event. I'm an economist on the faculty in the business school and currently serving as our campus's Chief Innovation and Entrepreneurship Officer, which is a fun job. So our event tonight, very important. We're gathered here. We are here together to celebrate Light the Way. As many of you know, this is an historic effort to raise $6 billion for our Berkeley, one of the largest goals ever attempted by a public institution of higher learning. It's more than a fundraising effort. It really is a movement. We are inviting you, our friends from around the world, to join us in giving the best and brightest from all walks of life full access and excellent college experience in supporting our scholars and innovators who will help us address the fundamental issues of our time. This campaign will benefit every part of Berkeley: students, faculty, research, facilities in every school, college, and program. There's no university quite like Cal when it comes to transforming lives in the world. Tonight and this morning, for many of you, a handful of stellar faculty will give you a glimpse of the magnitude and relevance of what is happening here every day. In thinking about this campaign, I often think about specifically how Berkeley lit the way for me in my life. Just a very quick story, if I may. I was an undergrad at Cal. Neither of my parents had a four-year degree. The idea of becoming an academic, which of course you know I did, was not on my radar screen. We've all heard the phrase, you can't be what you can't see. This was not a life I could see. There was a faculty member who pulled me aside in a class. It was my sophomore year. It was an economics class. And actually posed the question, have you ever thought about maybe getting a PhD? Not something I'd ever thought about. The punchline is that conversation set in motion a pathway in my life that never would have occurred otherwise. I'm very thankful for it. I also contemplate how Berkeley lights the way for others. I was a newly minted dean at the Haas School when our faculty colleague Ollie Williamson, as we affectionately call Oliver, won the 2009 Nobel Prize in Economics for his unconventional theories of how markets and organizations work and fit together. It was a momentous occasion, no surprise there. A day or two after the world learned that Ollie had won the prize, he came to my office. So he hadn't been to Stockholm yet. And he said, Rich, Dolores and I, his wife, have been thinking about giving the money to Cal in the Nobel Prize and endowing a chair in my field, the economics of organizations. This is an extraordinary person who has affected so many lives. I mean, graduate students still talk about how much he transformed them. This is the kind of people Berkeley's been attracting for so long, and it's another example of somebody who's been lighting the way. Now, sadly, Ollie passed away not long ago. His mark has been left for all of us. Someone lit the way for my path. As I said, I witnessed Ollie light the path for many future generations, and I know each of you has a lit my path Berkeley story that you could tell as well.
Friends, we are here to celebrate Light the Way, the campaign for Berkeley, a historic effort to raise $6 billion. More than a fundraising effort, we have started a movement and invite you to join us in envisioning a new future, one in which the best and brightest from all walks of life have full access to an excellent college experience, one in which we fight growing inequality by putting students from lower incomes and diverse backgrounds on the path toward greater opportunity, one in which we invest in the very best scientific and humanistic achievements, championing the scholars and innovators who will help us address the fundamental issues of our time. Light the Way will touch every part of Berkeley, benefiting students, faculty, research, and facilities across the campus. Before I share our campaign priorities, I'd like to recognize some close friends for making this campaign possible. First, the UC Berkeley Foundation Board of Trustees has been with us since the beginning, giving us feedback on everything from the vision to the goal. Our National Campaign Steering Committee has helped us refine our messaging and priorities, and our campaign co-chairs have spread the word about the importance of philanthropy to our great university. Thank you, Susan Chamberlain, Charles Giancarlo, Charles Huang, and Gordon Rouser. And thank you to all of our volunteer leaders. Now I'll talk about our priorities. Our first campaign priority is to invest in faculty and fellowships. While the number of undergraduates has increased by roughly 7,500 since 2006, the number of full-time faculty has remained at about 1,500. It is paramount that we grow our faculty to ensure the best possible education for students. A central priority is to add 100 tenure-track faculty positions and provide sufficient resources for conducting research alongside students. To date, 13 chairs have been raised. We also want to light the way for tomorrow's academic and professional leaders. Our goal is to establish 300 new graduate fellowships, more than doubling the current level of endowed support. Graduate students are the bridge between teaching and research, faculty, and undergraduates. To maintain the strength of that bridge, we must be able to recruit the most promising of these burgeoning scholars. The campaign offers 2 matching gift opportunities to help us reach this goal. Gifts of $500,000 to establish a graduate fellowship will be matched with an additional $500,000 to create a $1 million doctoral fellowship. Together, these matches will create 40 new fellowships across the disciplines, significantly increasing our ability to attract and support top students. Our second priority is research for the public good. Berkeley is a dynamic ecosystem that converts curiosity into collaborative research with outsized impact. Yet today's scholars must stretch even further to take on subjects that don't fall neatly within traditional academic boundaries. As you explored earlier in this evening's program, we have identified 5 multidisciplinary themes that Berkeley scholars are ideally positioned to address in this decade: data science and artificial intelligence, democracy and equality, energy, climate and environment, health and basic discovery, and innovation and entrepreneurship. Breaking from established thinking to find a better way forward will be Berkeley's hallmark. The third campaign priority focuses on undergraduate opportunity and experience. Since 2006, undergraduate enrollment at Berkeley has risen by 29%. We're committed to making the quality of the student experience as well known as our research enterprise. That means investing in support systems that allow our students to excel and succeed from admission to graduation. It means meeting every student's basic needs, including housing, food, and financial security. It means increasing scholarships so that our diverse student body can have equitable access to experiential learning opportunities. And it means investing in experiences like the Center for Connected Learning, a new vision that will transform Moffett Library into a single cohesive space, redefining how a library can serve our students. Finally, our last campaign priority is to create places of possibility, major capital investments that will transform our campus into an even more dynamic learning environment. Our biggest focal points include the Baker Bioingenuity Hub, a full-services life sciences incubator, Heathcock Hall, a new home for the College of Chemistry, sports facility upgrades to meet our commitment to gender equity within athletics, new housing that is close to campus, and our most ambitious capital project in decades, a new data hub for Berkeley's fastest growing area of study in computing, data science, and society. One thing already contributing to the campaign's success is the extraordinary number of donors who stepped up early and whose gifts are having a powerful impact on key priority areas of the campaign. In the first priority of faculty and graduate students, I'm honored to share a generous gift to the College of Natural Resources. Throughout its history, CNR has been a pioneer in research, policy, and education related to the sustainability of natural and human systems. Dr. Gordon Rausser, a former dean of CNR and leading expert in global economics, gave an extraordinary $50 million to ensure CNR's legacy when its mission could not be more urgent. The college has been newly named the Rausser College of Natural Resources. Most of the funds will create an unrestricted endowment that can be used at the discretion of the dean. In addition, a portion of the gift will establish an endowed chair in agricultural and resource economics. Another portion will help set up an endowed fund to support students, curriculum, and field opportunities abroad in the Master of Development Practice program. A significant renewal from the MasterCard Foundation boosts support for international graduate students. Aimed at developing Africa's next generation of leaders, the MasterCard Foundation Scholars Program provides holistic support to talented students from sub-Saharan Africa attending a partner university. The scholars commit to bringing their expertise home to help transform the continent. Housed in the Center for African Studies, the program has supported over 120 scholars since it launched in 2012. This year, the foundation announced a new 10-year, $26 million grant to support 108 master's degree students. The next decade of scholars will receive specialized training in leadership and entrepreneurship, two inimitable strengths of both Berkeley and our Bay Area home. A third gift to support our stellar faculty is a $3 million pledge to establish the Marie-France and Renee Kern Chancellor's Chair in Entrepreneurship in the Haas School of Business. We're grateful to Marie-France and Renee, a UC Berkeley Foundation trustee and member of the New York Chancellor's Council, for their generous contribution. Not only does it get us one chair closer toward our goal of 100 faculty chairs, with 13 raised so far, it supports a campus-wide research priority to better understand entrepreneurship and help bring novel products and industries to life. In the priority of research for the public good, I'm proud to announce a $35.5 million grant from the Simons Foundation to the Simons Institute for the Theory of Computing. This grant will enable a second decade of research and innovation from 2022 through 2032 and brings the foundation's total support of the Institute to nearly $100 million. Launched in 2012, the Simons Institute is a center for scientists and students worldwide to advance collaborations and knowledge in the mathematical foundations of computing and its impact on society, engineering, and society. Over 40 eminent scientists from around the world submitted letters of endorsement in the proposal process, many citing their experience at the Institute as key to successful research outcomes and the origin of new ideas and collaborations. Bay Area leaders Bob and Colleen Haas gave a historic $24 million to support the campaign priority of undergraduate opportunity. The investment includes $10 million in matching funds for the Haas Family Fiat Lux Scholarship, one of the single largest scholarship gifts in Berkeley's history, challenging alumni and donors to contribute individual scholarships that the family will match. The Haas family will also contribute $14 million to permanently endow the Haas Scholars Program, which has for more than 20 years cultivated cohorts of Berkeley students from diverse backgrounds to focus on a specialized year-long senior capstone research project. Fiat Lux scholars come from diverse backgrounds. When fully matched, the scholarships will allow Berkeley to welcome exceptional new first-generation students who might not have been able otherwise to attend. This endowment will help us build a more diverse, equitable, and inclusive campus, one of my top priorities. Focusing on the student experience, Southern California philanthropists Peter and Megan Chernin recently gave $5 million to Berkeley Discover, a campus-wide initiative to ensure that student-driven inquiry is able to every undergraduate. This new initiative will build upon the success of Berkeley Connect, a mentoring and community building program also launched with support from the Turnins. While Berkeley Connect helps students identify their niche, Berkeley Discover elevates immersive learning that fosters creativity. Taken together, these programs provide a new, innovative framework for the undergraduate experience. Berkeley Discover will enhance offerings such as independent research, internships, and entrepreneurial and artistic endeavors, encouraging students to take risks and engage fully and meaningfully with the world at Cal and beyond. In the campaign's final priority of Places of Possibility, I want to share a transformational gift to one of our newest endeavors, the Division of Computing, Data Science, and Society. Berkeley is undergoing its greatest transformation in decades, the ability to fully harness the power of data and computing to lead the way in biomedicine, engineering, environmental science, responsible AI, and other critical disciplines. Inspired by the visionary leadership of Jennifer Chase, Associate Provost of the Division, an anonymous donor has stepped forward with a $252 million commitment to build a new home for the Division and a hub for the intersection of these disciplines. It is Berkeley's single largest gift commitment ever. Located on the site of the former Tolman Hall, the new building will be an anchor for the campus's north side and a grand, sustainable home for our data science students and faculty. We seek to raise an additional $308 million to complete the project. While this is ambitious, we are ready and are asking for your support to help Berkeley rise to the opportunity. The last fundraising success I'd like to discuss was unanticipated, but then again, no one could have predicted these past 8 months. Just a few weeks after we launched Light the Way in February, the COVID-19 pandemic profoundly altered our lives and eventually the university's finances. In response, we shifted our fundraising focus towards students experiencing unforeseen difficulties with their housing, food, work, or health, and toward COVID-19 related efforts in research and testing. Our donors met us at every turn of the record-breaking $1.04 billion raised in 2019-20, more than $21 million from over 3,800 donors supported emergency funds for students and COVID-19 research and testing efforts. During this uncertain, unsettling time, your generosity shone like a bright star. I am thrilled to report that thanks to these transformational gifts and the record-breaking philanthropy of recent years, our campaign has already raised $4 billion of our $6 billion goal. Friends, I'd like to make a toast, a call to action. Our world would not be the same without Berkeley. We are the inheritors of all that it has made possible. Together, we are called to invest in Cal, renew its excellence, and extend its leadership for generations to come. Together, let us light the way for Berkeley. Cheers. Thank you. Fiat Lux, and go Bears.